Hello everybody, my name is Burai, and for this video I wanted to try and break down abilities and theories in anime to the casual viewers. And I did this with the thought that if I could get you guys to understand some principles and concepts that anime takes from real world science, you could appreciate those series a lot more. Also, before we get started, hit the subscribe button so that my editor can get out of quarantine to buy another game he does not need. For this video, as a start to imprint knowledge from concepts seen in anime, I decided to cover an Esper from the To Aru series. Now, what I like the best about this series is that the powers that each Esper possess are derived from the world of science. Science plays a major role in Academy City, as it is ahead of the world based on technology by 30 years, making them the most advanced city. Before we get to breaking down the Esper's abilities, let me define for you some keywords that I might be using from time to time. An Esper or ability user is an individual who emits AIM, or an involuntary movement. It can also be someone enrolled in Academy City's Power Curriculum program. AIM is a term used to refer to the phenomena where an Esper involuntarily emits an invisible energy field from their body. It is closely connected to their personal reality. In easier terms, Espers are able to change normal reality to their own. This concept is loosely related to quantum theory and Schrodinger's cat. Now, out of all the level 5s I could choose from, I wanted to explain one Esper's power that is overlooked a lot sometimes. And that person is waifu number 1 and Academy City's ranked 3rd level 5 Esper, Railgun. Misaka Mikoto is an Electromaster, the strongest one in Academy City. Simply, she can generate and manipulate electricity. Her maximum output reaches around 1 billion volts. Aside from this, she and other Electromasters can also sense all phenomena related to electricity, which includes electric fields from nature, magnetic properties and information, as well as electromagnetism. Now, this begs the question though, what is electricity, and what is the extent of this ability? Basically, electricity is a property of matter that results from the presence or movement of electric charge. This can either be due to the flow of electric current as a result of a buildup of electric charge somewhere, or a constant flow of electricity from one point to another. This basic idea is the foundation of electricity, as well as the abilities demonstrated by Misaka. One of Misaka's most common uses of her abilities is her lightning shocks, to make sure her thirsty right-hand girl Kuroko stays in check, or to try and jumpstart vending machines, but we all know she would rather physically abuse those vending machines, like a certain someone. Think of this concept as a taser gun, where instead of a pair of wires sticking to someone's body, she can manipulate the electrons in the air to create her own electric line between her and the person she wants to shock, and then send lots and lots of love straight to her heart. Or, electricity. You can also tell when she gets emotional. She can store the electric charge around her and release this at a specific target or all around her. Like Pikachu, but instead of Pika Pika, she goes Biribiri. It's also noted she can call down real lightning, regardless of the season, making her a lightning rod as well as a storage for those lightning strikes. One other major branch of physics that comes with electricity is electromagnetism, and let me tell you, these branch off to so many other subtopics like microwaves, radio waves, lasers, and yes, her all-out skill, the railgun. In a nutshell, electromagnetism deals with the interaction between two things, electric and magnetic fields. One basic concept of this idea is how Velcro sticks together. If both sides of the Velcro are different, they attract and stick, while if both are the same, they won't be able to hold together. We see this happen with Biribiri lots of times, when she wants to walk on walls and ceilings, to make a shield out of scrap metal, and even attract iron particles around her to make a chainsaw-like sword. All this because she can manipulate electricity. Because she's able to manipulate electrons in this matter, she can stick to objects, as well as make objects attract to each other. But electromagnetism doesn't stop there. This kind of force is also the foundation for the electromagnetic spectrum, which, for those people who slept during physics class, is the range of electromagnetic radiation. If that doesn't sound familiar, maybe radio waves do. Or how about infrared? Or maybe even ultraviolet rays, or X-rays. On a trivial note, in case you guys are falling asleep midway through this video, did you know that Bilibili.com, one of China's biggest video sharing websites, based its URL address on Misaka because the founders were a fan of her? Now back to the video. While we're on the topic of the electromagnetic spectrum, radar and radio waves are also part of this spectrum, And this too is connected to electromagnetism, which means Tokiwada's ace also has control over this. She displays this with her radar sense, in which she can sense and release electromagnetic waves to map out a three-dimensional room, just like how bats move around in caves and locate food. This electromagnetic phenomenon also connects with another neat trick Biribiri can do, which involves hacking. She can decipher the electronic flow of information, like taking the information from the magnetic strip of a credit card, as well as extracting the information in binary directly from a computer. This ability also helps her to perform acts such as erasing herself from real-time surveillance footage or taking control of roving surveillance robots in Academy City. Now, with all this in mind, let's add some people really quick into the fray that also involves all these concepts, the sisters. Now, a brief summary of these clones is that each one of them is connected to one another through their similar brainwave frequencies. This connection is made especially easier for Electromaster espers because they can convert their brainwaves into an electric signal. This also means that Misaka and the rest of her sisters can sense other Electromasters nearby, like a weird spider sense, as long as the electric signals line up. On a side note, in Railgun T, we also get to witness Misaka being immune to Mental Out's telepathic manipulation due to her innate electromagnetic barrier. This makes it so that Mental Out can control her, scan her memories, or wipe her mind clean. Now, before we get to her Railgun skill and see how powerful this move is, one last thing to note about her manipulation to electricity is that it also works on her body, specifically the scene in Railgun T where she's drugged and can't move her body. She then decides to use her esper powers to send electric signals to her muscles and nerves to force her body to move around. This seems kind of painful, but she's used to electricity, and she's technically a walking stun gun at the same time, but hey, it's all based on her ability to control electricity. Misaka received her nickname due to her finishing move, flipping an arcade coin in midair and firing at the opponents with tremendous force, known as a railgun. By definition, a railgun is a device that uses electromagnetic force to launch high-velocity projectiles. There is this extensive theory on how this works, but simply put, when Misaka flicks the coin back at enemies, she does what most electrical engineering students know as the right-hand rule, and the anime does show accuracy on how she performs the right-hand rule to use the railgun. The muzzle velocity of a railgun in real life goes to a speed of more than 3 kilometers per second. To put this into perspective, a real railgun goes at the speed of Mach 5 to 10, which is hypersonic speed. Looking at Misaka's railgun, the light novel reveals that a railgun is 3 times the speed of sound. The velocity reaches around Mach 4, which is more or less 1 kilometer per second, and she can fire it at the rate of 8 shots per minute. This by far is extremely powerful, and she can go toe-to-toe with Meltdowner and Sogita. It's really cool to know that Misaka didn't just get all these powers at once. She had to grind her way to the top and prove that she can stand among the strongest espers around Academy City. And with how hard she tries to get stronger, she even became a backup plan to have an esper reach level 6. And this is how a level 1 esper became the 3rd ranked level 5 esper of Academy City. What's up guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I tried to do something a bit different this time, going for a science ability breakdown to see whether I could do it or not. If you guys do enjoy these kinds of anime stuff, let me know down in the comments below, and if you haven't subscribed yet, please go do that down below. This ends this breakdown video. Take care guys, and I'll be seeing you all again real soon. Ciao!